Sean's Points of View, Chapter 4. When I opened the apartment door, the smell hit me. Hello, maintenance? No answer. I groaned internally. I've been the one-side maintenance meant for this building for 2 months. I've been happy to get the job, exhausted. Brenda and I had broken up 4 months earlier, and I needed a new place. They gave me a fully remodeled unit. I lived there for free, and the pay was great. Driving in LA is a nightmare, and now I didn't have to. I work where I live, all the star alignment, and I move in. Every day since had been like a horror show. I found a body on the second day. An elderly man had died in his tooth, and these tenants below him called because there was brown water leaking from the ceiling. I thought I was going to fix a broken pipe, and instead I was calling a coroner. The building had 100 units, not vacant since it was 50 years old and showing its age. I could see why they'd wanted a one-side person, because a lot of the repairs were black-blooded. Some people had been waiting for months, so they were already pissed off when I got there. Traveling across towns to help Frank every few days with his new condo was starting to feel like a vacation. At least they were happy to see me. I was going back today after work to help him install a new sink in the second bathroom. By help, I mean I was going to be doing it by myself, and my brother was going to be taking me out to eat Mexican food when I was done. His dishwasher got delivered, and I went over to install that yesterday when I pulled up the white Honda was there. The tire was still low, worse than the day before. She said she was single in the night she left. Maybe she was an older lady. I'd noticed a walker folded up in the back seat yesterday. Maybe she didn't have any help, didn't know how to put air in a tire. The car had to have sensors. It was a new model. She had to know it was leaking. I should have left a note, I told myself. I looked for the car when I got there later to see if the tire had been fixed yet. It was bugging me, but for now I had to deal with my real job. This morning, someone called to tell me there was a bad smell coming from the apartment across from theirs. The tenant wasn't answering calls and the rent was overdue. I was pretty sure that I'm going to be another body, especially when I opened the door and the sink rolling out. Hello, I called again, breathing into my ego. And it echoed off the walls. I flicked on the light. The unit was empty. At least that I could see of it from the door. A little bit of trash, but not furniture. I let myself in and started looking around. It took me about 5 seconds to figure it out what the problem was. The smell was coming from the fridge. It was unplugged and everything in it was rotten. I gathered on the stretch. I released, opening it. I had to tape it shut and take it to the dump. I was unlocking the sliding glass door to air out the room when I heard a noise from the bathroom, a low whimpering. I poked my head in the door. There, in the middle of the floor, in a wired crate, was a dog. 4 hours later, I sat on my sofa, elbows on my knees, looking at the puppy while he chewed on a rolled up frozen rag I made him, stuffed with beef jerky. He was a lab mix, black with a white spot on his chest, fluffy ears, maybe 6 months old tops. He'd been cocked in put with orange burns in his palms. It took me a solid hour to scrub him clean, but once I did, besides being hungry and thirsty, she was in a good shape. What the hell was wrong with people? Who could do something like that? Abandon a living creature to die. I filed a police report, but I thought anything would come of it. And now I have a dog. I always wanted one, but Brenda hated animals. I scoffed internally. We dated for 3 years. We've been house hunting, talking about marriage, looking at rings. Then, out of nowhere, she announced she was moving to Japan. I wasn't entirely out of left field. She spoke the language and had family there. She's been offered a teaching job. She wanted to go. She felt it was a once in a life experience that she could pass up. I was willing to go with her. That's what you do, right? When you find love, you follow it. Except she wanted to go alone. Found out later that she met someone online and she was going there to be with him. At that time, I'd been devastated. I couldn't ever get out of bed. Frank had me moved, let me stay with him until I got the place and job I have now. There was a time when I thought I could never get over it, but after a few months of thinking about it, I keep coming back to the same thing. Who doesn't like dogs? Honestly, I mean, it's one thing if you had a bad experience or you are allergic or you didn't fit your life or style or something. That, I get it. But when you sees a puppy and doesn't want to play with it, that was Brenda. There was something fundamentally wrong there. Some red flags that had been waving that I was too in love to see. I dodged a bullet. I saw that now, but regardless of my new, healthier state of mind around my breakup, my life was still sort of off. My apartment was depressing. I didn't have the time or drive to decorate and furnish it. I preferred to build my own stuff or refuse things, and I didn't have the motivations to do it. I wasn't dating, I didn't have the motivation for that either. Maybe I just needed to get my feet under me, get used to the job, get through Frank's to-do list. I had more time when that was done. Speaking of Frank, I looked at my watch. I had to head over there. When I got to the parking garage, I looked for the white Honda, found it. The back tire was flat. I blew up a long breath. I put the truck in park and looked at the dog in my passenger seat. Well, looks like today I'm going to show you how to use a compressor.